करने जा रहे हैं देहरादून के सोमांश गर्ग से। Somansh was first diagnosed for pancreatitis at the age of 18. He had lost all hopes of ever being able to lead a normal life. In 2018, he opted for Ayurvedic treatment and is leading a completely normal life now. How was his journey and how is he feeling now? Let's hear from Somansh himself. Hello Somansh, thank you so much for coming to the show. I would now request you to please go ahead and share your journey with us.
First of all, I would like to thank Vaidya Balindu Prakash ji and Vaidya Shikha ma'am for having me here and giving me this platform to come up and share my experience of pancreatitis with all of you. So my name is Somansh Garg. I am from Dehradun. I am 23 years old and I'll be sharing a little glimpse of my pancreatitis journey, what happened with all of you. As I remember, it was in 2016 I got my first attack, or I got to know that it was the first attack. In my class 11th and 12th, which was 2014 and 2015 as well, I was having frequent stomach aches but wasn't able to relate it to pancreatitis. In 2016, I got the first severe attack of pancreatitis and got diagnosed with the local doctors here. And then they told us that there is infection in pancreas, because even I believe 5 years before, people were not very aware about what pancreatitis is, at least not in my circle. So they told me, doctors, that there's a little infection and I have to be hospitalized for a week and it will be just fine. So as it happened, we thought, okay, it's not a big deal. But then the severe, it didn't cure in a week. It took around 2 to 3 weeks something, and then it happened regularly during that year when we consulted a major doctor here, and he then told us that this is pancreatitis and it's in chronic stage right now, and it is a little severe problem, nothing like your regular infection or cold which is seen. We got little tense. Before that, all the doctors that we have gone and shown to told us that because the child is obese, so it's the problem. It's his eating habit that is the problem. Proper diagnosis was the first hurdle that we encountered during the chronic pancreatitis stage. At that time, I was around 80 kgs in weight, and so yes, it might have contributed in it. So when the doctor told us that it's chronic pancreatitis, the family got alarmed. They thought that it's not worthy to get it treated here. We should move to a bigger city, to a better one, and get him treated. So as the biggest city from here is Delhi. So we went to Delhi. We went to the big named Sir Gangaram Hospital. At that time, a hope of ray came to us. Now everything will be fine. Such a big hospital and top-notch gastroenteros from AIMS and from I don't know what. Like, if you see their degrees, all the fancy degrees from Europe, from US, they have done that. So my doctor told me that Somansh, you are pretty young to have this disease. Do you smoke? Do you take alcohol? And I said no. I was 18 years. I was just 18 years. I didn't do that. So he told me, okay, so but at that stage he told me that an operation will be required. It was very saddening to know that, but he said, but we'll delay it as much as we can. Until that, we'll do little stentings with you. I thought it's okay, like if it's gonna help me. So there was a first stent that was put in my body. So I got the first stent. Then we complained to the doctor. After months, he said, okay, maybe there is an issue with the stent, so let's move on to the other one. So he told the family that there is another type of stent. This must be pinching him. That wouldn't do that. So we thought, okay, second stent, third stent, and I believe fourth stent. Like, that was it. And I remember my experience of endoscopy. Those was horrendous. If I tell, people won't even believe that I wasn't given proper anesthesia. I was half awake most of the times. I know when that big rod thing got into my esophagus, it got into the stomach, it was painful. It felt like it was a torture, to be honest. It was a torture. But my disease wasn't curing. I was being given pen lipase on a regular dosage, like three capsules after every 3 capsules a day, after every meal. I was giving some acidity regulators early in the morning. It felt like my body was drawing nutrition not from the food but from the medicines, and there was no hope, to be honest. Like, not to exaggerate it, but a, a kid of 18 years who is already been on so much medicines, he's losing his weight drastically, and his pain is not coming under control. That was a bummer. There was restrictions on food, no oil, nothing, and since I was a obese child, I was into food, and it was getting difficult and difficult for me day by day how to cope up with it. And whenever you search chronic pancreatitis on internet, you will see articles, and not just articles, some heart-wrenching articles which will tell you that it is a chronic disease. You will understand the meaning of chronic, and then you'll understand that the research on chronic pancreatitis in the modern medicine is not up to the mark. It's not as required. So there are people who are not able to cope up with the disease, and eventually it gets into the worst situation. So that really drowned me, that okay, I'm 18-year-old, really, like, this is how it will all end. This is how it will all end. The chronic pancreatitis will develop into a further bad stage, and then it's over. So we went to the doctor and asked him that what is the solution. He said, okay, I'll operate him, I'll remove his pancreas, but then after that, don't expect him to have a normal life at all. He won't be able to eat many things. And that was like, okay, so are we having a normal life right now? No. And what are you expecting? That sucked the soul out of me, to be very honest, at that time. So the whole year passed like that. 2017 dreadfully. Coming to 2018, that was, I'll say, the year which changed the path of my life entirely. We heard about Vaidya Balendu Prakash ji, as we are a native of Dehradun. Our relatives told us that many celebrities come to them. He's a Padma Shri, and it's not easy to get his number. It's like people are waiting for months. So we got a contact and tried to get an appointment, and met Vaidya Shikha Prakash there. I'll say the first meeting, I was really skeptical. It was like, I met Vaidya ma'am, and she told me, Somansh, there's nothing to be worried about. It's not a big deal. It will be cured. You just have to be here for 21 days. We'll take care of you. So it was really doubtful. Like, the whole world, the whole modern medicine is telling me, the best hospitals in our country is telling me that he does not stand a chance, and you are telling me that okay, it's gonna be fine. 21 days. I have been treated for like last year and nothing like that. I was very skeptical. Like, what if, like, there are doubts in your mind. Her assistant showed me the hospital, not exactly the hospital, it's not an hospital, to be honest, the Ayurvedic place where we'll be treated. I was stunned to see that. Like, what do you expect from an hospital? You expect like those injections, those glucose and all? Nothing like that. Forget about that. It was looking like an hostel. It was like a hostel in a very village, or a very close to nature area. There was plants all around, trees, and then the rooms had ACs. They had 2 beds, and that was the place and a TV, attached bathroom, and that was the place I was told to be in the next 21 days. So we went there skeptically, but it was like a pinch of hope, and we have to do something. So I thoroughly researched it. I went to websites. I checked about Padaav. I checked about Vaidya Balendu Prakash ji. I checked about Vaidya Shikha Prakash ji. Then there were some testimonies. I called them. I called each and every one of them who picked up my call. I really asked them, what if one could be like not a real testimony. These are things that happens to you when the whole world is telling you something and Ayurveda is telling you something. But then we went for it. So we were there for 21 days, and trust me, it was like a vacation, to be very honest. I made friends there, and the doctor who told me that you are so young to have pancreatitis, I saw people younger than me having pancreatitis and people of my age having pancreatitis in chronic stage, and it was like a sanctuary. It was like a place where we all could understand each other's pain. My family could see me, but they really don't connect that pain. Those people know that, okay, this is what he's going through. They all supported each other, and that was one of the best feeling. So in 21 days, I was administered with Amar, sorry. Yeah, so Amar, it's as the name suggests. I must tell you, it's that medicine which makes you Amar, to be honest, eternal. So, and it's a very powerful one. The first 2 to 3 days, my body didn't adjust with Amar. Every day after the food, I take Amar, I puke, I vomited, I was nauseous, I dozed off, I was weak, and my stool texture changes. My body was responding in different ways, and my parents were skeptical whether we did the right thing or not, or is the medicine right or not, because it's an alternate medicine in this world. Like, it's not called the primary medicine. See the irony, but this is the one which is really treating. But within the span of 21 days, my body got used to it. I was weak. I was still losing weight. In 2016, I was 80 kg. By the end of 2017, I was 41 kg. Around 40 kgs, my weight just got half. My skeleton came out. We were able to see all of the backbone, those skeletons and everything, and it really was bad. So after the 21 days, I thought that, okay, my work is done, I'm cured. But then came the real challenge, the actual one. Vedya ma'am told me that, Somansh, this is the strict diet, these are your medicines, you are going from here. I thought that, okay, my vacation is over and everything is good, like I'm cured. She told me that for the next 1 year, take utmost precaution. Do not lift heavy weight, do not skip a meal. Like, you have to take care of yourself. And in those 21 days, like after a week, like at 28th day, my pain was almost no more. So I saw a reason to believe that. The next 1 year was difficult because I was still attending my college. I was in my third year of the college. The college pressure was too much. My grades definitely got affected, but there's one thing that I understood, that it wasn't like my grades are secondary, my health is primary. So every day we have to follow a schedule. I maintained that habit of getting up early, having my breakfast, having the medicines, then going to college and avoiding any jerks. So I used to go from bus, then we shifted there was a driver who used to drop and pick me. There has to be like sacrifices made in all of the streams, and amount of hard work which was needed, not from my side but from my family side, because they have to eat what is being cooked without tomatoes and without onions, and that didn't taste it good at all at start, because we were a family having used to having spicy food, so that was difficult. But after 1 year, I'll say it was amazing. The feeling was amazing. The feeling of being free. The feeling of being, okay, this is way past behind me. I also used to see testimonies. I still remember the first day when I went there. She gave me a book and I was seeing testimonies there. My only aspiration at that time was, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I should be able to give a testimony. I want to do, I want to top in this subject as well, because it isn't easy, because Dr. Vedya ma'am and her team is very honest, and they didn't only told me that, Somansh, these are the people who cured. They also tell us that there are some people who were not, because they left the course, and that was alarming. Yeah, okay, so but I have to comment on their honesty. The team in Vedya, Pooja ma'am and Sneha ma'am, Karuna ma'am, all the people who are working there, I really commend them for that. So that's how the course went for me, and I should say that it's been 3 years now, and 2 years after I left my medicine, I'm at a much better stage now, I'll say, and it really feels good to tell about my experience, to let people know about the changes in my life. If I tell the name Padaav, it should not just be Padaav, it should be a complete transformation. Padaav, a step. It was a new step in my life. It changed me completely from a person who was obese and who didn't actually, like, I was a night person. I'll wake up till 3 to 4 in the morning, and I'll wake up around 12 at noon. My sleep schedule was bad. It wasn't justifiable. But then as days passed, I read about chronic pancreatitis, I read about Ayurveda, why things are done, and now I could say that I am able to practice a little what has been preached to me. I sleep at time, I wake up early. Since last 3 years, my breakfast is fixed with is fixed. Like, I those things do not change. It's fruits. It's either poha, jave, something light, milk, and something for protein. This is fixed diet that I am following. At first, it was difficult, but yes, now I'm used to it and I enjoy it thoroughly. Now I'm very careful about what I'm eating with and the source of what I'm eating, whether it nourishes my body or not, the protein content it has. And if sometimes I feel my stomach is a little uneasy, I skip my meals. I do not force my body to do things, and now I understand my limitations. Because when you are in your I'll say around 17, 18, you have been taught constantly the sky is the limit, you have to work hard, you have to do this in order to reach that. But everybody has certain limitations, and I got to know from that. To be honest, I completely changed. My anxiety lessened to none. I had pimples all over my face. They got like, they went away. And the best thing which I would like to share is, I could say that, I would like to say it like, there was an exam of mine last month, since I was down with COVID. So, and COVID infects more to the person who already has some previous history, medical history with a disease. So I was very skeptical. What will happen? Whether it will inflict my condition more? What will happen now? So I'm little like happy to tell you all that because of the regular pranayam, because of following a healthy lifestyle, eating right food, my immunity was good enough to fight with COVID, and all that credit goes to Vedya ma'am and her team. Like, they told me, Somansh, anything is curable. You just need to have the right mindset, the right guidance and determination. So thankful to the complete team, and it wouldn't be more if I tell, like, Vedya Shikha Prakash is my savior, and due to her I'm here after 3 years telling you all that this is my experience with pancreatitis, when every other modern medicine doctor really just gave up on me, that he's just another patient, let him go, he cannot do, like, he cannot survive. And for them we are just another patient, but for our family we are the one. So I'm really thankful for them, and I'm thankful for all those people who listen to me. If you like, God forbid, but if you're having or going through pancreatitis, I would just like give one advice to you. It's okay to be skeptical, but do have a good lifestyle, good eating habits, and a schedule, and everything will be fine. Yes, the pain is wrenching, it will suck the life out of you. I completely understand that, and I fear the moment when those attacks used to come. But it's gonna be cured, and no matter what doctor tells you that you won't be able to eat that, you won't be able to eat a pizza or something, do not believe, because that's not true. But that doesn't mean you start eating pizza after that. You will be able to eat each and everything which is home cooked, and that is a blessing in disguise. That is a blessing, to be honest. And thank you so much, and have a great day.
Thank you, Somansh. Thank you for coming to the show and sharing your experiences with us. अगर आप भी ऐसा कोई एक्सपीरियंस हमारे इस प्लेटफॉर्म के द्वारा शेयर करना चाहते हैं तो नीचे दिए गए नंबर्स पर कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। फिर मिलेंगे आप बीती की अगली कड़ी में 23 जून को। तब तक के लिए नमस्कार।